What's up, everybody? This is the Sports League Podcast. Back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We got Amanda back on the show, ready to talk some off-season football. And we've had some crazy trades. It's good to have you on again.
It's so funny this week. I feel like nothing happened for a while, and then like everybody kind of picked like the same 24 hours to just blow some shit up. Like
Yeah.
we've got also what's going on with your hat? Is that a Hammond Bears hat? Is that an Indiana Bears? Like what have we ordered new gear yet? Now that they're officially going ahead with the Hammond Indiana?
No, we're not doing that. I'm already mad about that. And if they build a dome, if they put a roof on it, I might have to pick a new team. I'm getting frustrated with my Bears. But
So
no, it's a
who is your backup team? The Ravens? Is that
No, I'm gonna be a free agent, and it's a big decision. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do a lot of research. If I have to
uh
pick a new team,
So you're going to need to be hired by someone else like Russell Wilson because nobody actually wants you to play for their team. Is that why?
no, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna be a fan of CBS if that's what you're asking.
I mean
But
that's another news thing. Russell Wilson officially retires. He's going to go be an
yeah,
analyst for CBS. All kinds of sports news this week.
and I know you're happy about that. You don't have to watch Russell Wilson try to play quarterback anymore.
Listen, I just feel like his prime was a very small window and that window has been closed for a minute. And
Yeah,
there are some players that develop relationships and are kept in the league longer because they offer like leadership and community to other players, and he just did not seem to exude that type of personality.
yeah, yeah. And I think he's gonna be good as an analyst, and much
Yeah.
better than his quarterback play. Like you said, it dropped off quite a bit, but. The big news, yeah, the big news of the week. There was a trade we all expected to happen, and then a trade that nobody saw coming. What was your thoughts when you saw the news come across that Myles Garrett had been traded to the Rams? That's pretty crazy.
I mean, he should have been traded. Like we know Cleveland is not going to the Super Bowl. There is no reason to have that much talent slowly like using up their prime on your team when you're not going to make a run for anything. He deserved to be paid. He deserved to be a part of a contender. The Browns are in a very obvious rebuild phase. You don't need an older, great veteran player on defense during that time. My favorite part about this whole scenario is Dylan Gabriel having opinions. Um, I
He's been very outspoken for a third string quarterback.
Oh my God, he's so cute. And like I can't with him. Like Jared Verse comes to town, his jersey number is what it is. He just shows up at practice wearing his number, and Dylan Gabriel has an issue with it. Like, oh, honey bunches of oats. Oh no.
It's pretty funny. He didn't ask him. He didn't do nothing. He just showed up wearing number 8. It's like it is what
But
it
like
is.
that's
Like,
his number. Like he doesn't have new gear yet. Like they haven't
yeah.
figured out what his number is. He's just wearing the gear he currently has. I'm sure if they signed him a new number, we're like, hey, let's have a chat about what your number is going to be. Like, I don't think he was like trying to make a statement or being like, oh, I'm not trading my number. Like, I think he was just like, oh, I'm going to practice. Let me wear the gear I have. I love the memes about him moving in on all of Dylan Gabriel's stuff. They're like, yeah, he just showed up at his house and moved in and he won't leave now. I'm like, I hope that's true. I'm gonna believe that's true.
Well, and Gabriel, like I tweeted today, I think Dylan Gabriel is going to end up off the Browns team anyways, and I think to the Falcons with Kevin Stefanski. But yeah, smart move by the Browns, I think, trading Myles Garrett, getting a first round pick, and Jared Verse back
Jared
versus a
Verse is
hell of a
great. Like,
yeah.
I think he's a great addition. And also Myles Garrett on that team. Like, I cannot imagine being in the division with the Rams right now. Like, that's just, oh, that's nasty.
Well, and the Niners and Seahawks, that's one thing, but can you imagine being the Cardinals?
Yeah, you're currently being held hostage by a quarterback situation with Jacoby Brissett, who is your best option that you can't come to an agreement with because you guys very strongly disagree about his value. Of all the situations to be in, your entire division, like one of them just won a Super Bowl. Like the Rams that have so much talent, and like we know this is Matt Stafford's last year. He's already said that. So they're gonna, I mean, they're clearly pulling out all the stops to try to win more with Matt before he retires. Like to be held hostage when your best situation at quarterback is Jacoby Brissett and you guys can't even figure out what he should be paid, like,
Yeah.
I am so curious what it is that he thinks he deserves in this scenario. Like, yeah, he deserves to be a starter. I think he proved
Yeah.
that, but like
Well, I think that's
you
what he
weren't that
wants.
good.
I think he wants starter money, like starting quarterback money. I haven't heard that it's anything ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it. The Cardinals need to pay him. But yeah, and do you think so? Remember how pissed off McVay was with the Ty Simpson draft pick? And
Hmm.
everyone's like, you're all in trying to win a championship right now, and you draft a quarterback instead of Mekhi Lemon. I feel like trading for Myles Garrett is like, okay, here you go, coach. Don't be mad at me anymore by the GM,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But Garrett coming off, this is smart by the Browns too. Garrett breaks the sack record, and then you trade him immediately at his highest
At his
value.
peak, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
and maybe he'll have another record-breaking year, but we don't see a very long trend of DEs staying that healthy and that competitive. And I mean, he's been the best for a while. So I mean, it's a perfect time for them to do it. I think it makes a ton of sense. That defense is so loaded. Chris Shula is going to have the time of his life running that defense.
yeah. Yeah, you add him with Byron Young, Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk. That's a
Mhm.
loaded D line.
And
And
going into the season knowing one of your star players has said it's going to be his last year. Like,
mhm,
I think that's crazy. Like, I don't know if he's formally confirmed it like Aaron Rodgers says, but Matt Stafford has done everything but said outright. Like, he has strongly, strongly implied that this will be his last season. I mean, remember what happened when Ray Lewis did that? He was like, no, this is going to be it for me. End of the season, I'm hanging up the cleats. They won the Super
yeah,
Bowl that year. Like,
it's cool
nothing gives
when that happens.
more inspiration, I think, than knowing this
Yeah,
is going to be it for the current team.
yeah, 100%. And it'd be cool if they can finish it off with a championship in the Super Bowl. The Rams are hosting the Super Bowl, so they could be playing at home. Yeah, they've just had a great offseason, and they're clearly going all in. We'll see if Aaron Donald ends up joining this team as well. That'd
I
be
think it's so
crazy.
crazy because everyone's like, there's no way he's unretiring. But then he's like flirting with social media about it. Like
Yeah,
I mean, he looks yoked. It's such a fun and like there are some players that everyone's like, no, please don't unretire. You can stay
yeah.
retired. Like enough of you. I think he's one player that like I don't think anyone would have an issue with that.
Well, speaking of that, did you see Odell Beckham Jr. coming out of retirement? Was that on your bingo list for the New York Giants?
I mean, kind of. He's one of the players that like, no, you can stay retired. Like
Yeah,
he and Brett
exactly.
Favre, like, no, stop beating the dead horse. We've seen this story before. It's a rerun. Like it didn't work out last time. Like just call it.
And it's interesting the Giants bringing back Odell Beckham, signing Juju Smith-Schuster, and Malik Neighbors didn't exactly look very good in that softball clip running to first base.
Mhm.
I kind of wonder about his knee.
There's a couple players that had injuries last year that I'm concerned about. Bo Nix, I have not seen a single
Yeah,
clip of him since their playoff. Like not even like, oh, training in the off season. Like there hasn't been anything.
they're
And
keeping that low key. Yeah,
I know he's missing part of OTAs. He didn't want to do them or something, but like it's weird to have a your star quarterback coming back from an injury and nothing, just straight crickets. Like Malik Neighbors is another one. The fact that they let him do the softball game in that
yeah,
condition, like yeah, it's a little suspicious. It does seem like they're very concerned though, bringing in who they've brought in this offseason.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see with the Browns. You got Jared Verse, go with Alex Wright, Mason Graham. They're rebuilding. Deshaun Watson expected to start week 1, but I think me and you both agree and are rooting for Shadur Sanders. And I think there's a high likelihood that Shadur ends up starting the second half of the season at some point.
And even beyond personal talent, like I think Deshaun Watson has it in him to be a productive quarterback? Maybe. Do I
Yeah,
think he
maybe.
brings so much extra baggage and distraction and conversation and whispers and like public
Hmm.
feelings about the team? Like, I feel like he brings so much negative stuff into the space. Like, there was just way too much speculation and way too many negative allegations for him not to come in with some baggage. So
Yeah,
I do think it would have been a better step to not announce him as the starter. I know that they owe him money and you want the person you're
politics.
paying all of
Yeah,
that money to be your
yeah.
starter. But I just feel like there's so many distractions when it comes to him.
Yeah, then that's why I think they'll end up going with the youth, the young talent, see what Shadura can do. They got what Talon Green they drafted, and getting that first round pick back in the Garrett trade opens them up to be able to trade up if need be and go get an Arch Manning or whoever their next franchise quarterback's going to be. Um, yeah, Watson's final year of his contract, so they'll be rid of the Watson, saga after this year.
Yeah, and I mean, with all the trades that are going, there's been a couple that we expected, a couple moves that were pretty obvious that we expected coming down the line. I mean, AJ Brown to the Patriots, that has been rumored and whispered and was the most obvious thing ever. Did any part of that, like what they traded for, was it first and fifth round picks? Did any of that surprise you?
I think the first round pick being next year, like not this coming year, but the
2028 instead.
following. Yeah.
I wondered about that. That was the only thing that didn't quite click to me. Like, is that conditional on things? Like, it was
I'm not,
interesting that it's a they've got a gap year before their pick.
yeah, that was interesting. But it made sense. We all knew this was coming. And to me, AJ Brown completes the wide receiver room and completes that offense in New England. They go from being a neck and neck with the Bills, for that
Mhm.
division, to getting AJ Brown, and I think now being the favorite in the
Yeah, Romeo
AFC.
Dobbs is a huge, I think he's going to be fantastic there, adding a little bit
Yeah.
of veteran mentality with AJ Brown. Mac Hollins is always very reliable. I don't think he's ever really been like a star breakout kind of guy, but he's very reliable. So I think
Yeah.
it's a good matchup there. I think they're going to be a good team. And then I thought going into this trade, and I was like, oh, with Kayshon Boutte in there, like it's going to be a great mix. But he wants to be traded now. So
Hmm.
that's an interesting dynamic there. I'm curious if he feels kind of stilted with the AJ Brown thing coming in, if he thought that should have been his spot.
Yeah, I feel like he was getting number one wide receiver targets last year, and he had a good year. And so I
He
think
did.
that,
Yeah, I'm surprised they wouldn't try to keep him too.
yeah, but I think he doesn't want to be, I think he looks at it and says, I'm probably going to be wide receiver three, and I don't want to be that. I want to get
Yeah.
more targets than that. So we'll see what happens with Booty, but Um, I think Drake May is going to improve and have an even better year with AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs. And then those two running backs, I think Travion Henderson's going to take the next step as well. I just have high expectations for this Patriots team. And I think AJ Brown reuniting with Mike Vrabel, so he's
Mhm.
not going to be that distraction that he was in Philly. I just think it's all positive vibes in New England.
Yeah, agreed. And they seem like they're
Um,
having fun. That whole team just seems like they're just having a good time. Drake May's relaxed. I think the
yeah.
vibes there are great.
Now for the other side, the Eagles. And now Devontae Smith is your number one wide receiver. You trade for Dontavian Wicks. You sign Hollywood Brown. You draft Makai Lemon. I like Makai Lemon a lot. Devontae Smith is good. Outside of that, I don't think this is a better wide receiver room than last year. I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back. And what this receiving core is built for like outside or inside the numbers more so than outside the numbers. And I don't know if that fits Jalen Hurts' skill set quite as well as it did before. So I got some questions about Philly.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, and I love that Philly is now becoming the new Miami with all of their Green Bay additions. Um, I I am intrigued by what they're doing because it almost seems like they're giving up on Jalen Hurts, kind of breaking out and putting up MVP numbers. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like they're offering him support. Like they're kind of like leaning into other aspects of the team. So I'm intrigued by that.
Well, and we'll see what Makai Lemon. They also drafted Eli Stowers, so we'll see what they can provide on offense. But I mean, I think you would agree, Dontavian Wicks can't be your number two wide receiver. You need Makai Lemon to take that role. Wicks is more of a three or a four, and the same with Hollywood Brown. And then questions about offensive coordinator. We'll see how Sean Mannion does because Kevin Patullo was terrible last year, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, with Philly dropping off maybe a little bit, the Cowboys are looking better. Maybe the Cowboys can steal this division this year.
Gross. Sorry, I just got done watching the
Yep.
Micah Parsons interview where I asked him like what's the difference between sorry, excited pup. Between like being a part of Dallas and being a part of Green Bay. And he's like, it just they operate it like it's a business. Like they don't like I
Mhm.
can be like a fan favorite there, but like the franchise doesn't recognize talent. They're more focused on like offense and just like the vibes I got from his interview. And I was like, ew. So I'm kind of iffy about Dallas right now. They've made some great offseason additions, but being a Packers fan and
Yeah.
all, there's a bit of a bias.
Yeah, and we'll see what the Commanders can do. There's a lot of positive vibes with the Giants.
I like the Commanders. I feel
Um,
like the
let's
Commanders
talk-
have a lot of potential this season. And the Giants are
yeah.
up and
Yeah,
coming,
they
a lot of new fresh talent. We're going to see how these how the chemistry grows this year.
yeah. How about the Vikings? They finally found their GM in Nolan Teasley. I don't know a lot about him. We'll see how he does. And then some interesting comments from JJ McCarthy. We don't think of Kyler Murray as being super professional, but he came across way more professional in his interview questions than JJ
Mhm.
McCarthy did. And saying
Really.
like, yeah,
I
like
would be
me and
so
Kyler,
embarrassed if JJ was my quarterback.
yeah, like saying him and Kyler's relationship is like, oh, it's just like another kid in class who's on the opposite end of the room. It's like,
Hmm.
what? Like, you should
Yeah.
be embracing this, trying to learn as much as you can from Kyler while also trying to outperform him. It just, his play on the field and then the way he's acting off the field is kind of showing immaturity, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, we knew he needed to mature. Like I had been
Yeah,
saying this since before he was drafted. That's a kid that needs to sit on the bench for a few years, mature personality-wise, playing style, just in general, before he becomes a starter. And they did not handle the start of his career in the best way. So I
yeah.
think that I mean this they're just proving me right over and over.
Yeah, I think they're going to struggle this year. I think the Vikings are probably the worst team in our division in the North. Um, I think Bears Packers, I'm looking forward to Bears Packers rivalry. Like it's going to be good for a while here to come. And
I
so
mean, quick question though, is the Madden curse going to affect your guys' play or just like your ability to be from Chicago? Like is Hammond
that's
the
probably what
curse?
it is.
I mean they announced his cover what yesterday and then Hammond was confirmed today. Is that the curse already? Because that was quick.
Yeah, and the Madden cover photo has the skyline of Chicago underneath it.
It's
It's
embarrassing, man.
yeah.
I would have feelings if I was a Bears fan.
Well, the thing that is so frustrating is this isn't the Bears' fault, really. It's the
No.
city of Chicago. It's all those politics, and the
Yeah.
city of Chicago is run so poorly.
Yeah. It really sucks when the politics and the city don't get to represent like the full fandom's values and like
Yeah,
what they care about. Like that's one thing about being a Packers fan that I really appreciate because politics don't really play into it when you're in a small community like that. There is no big city. Like the heart and soul of Green Bay, Wisconsin is the team. I mean, that's what's there. That's why there's like people there, like so you see
yeah,
these big cities with these issues and as far as getting stadiums developed and getting what they want in a big city. And they're fighting with so many other aspects within politics and dealing with all the red tape and stuff. So it really sucks for Bears fans. Great for the Bears
yeah.
fans who are in Michigan and in Indiana, though it's a shorter
Indiana,
drive, less
yeah.
traffic. You don't like, there are a lot of Southern Wisconsin Bears fans. You don't have to like drive through Chicago to get to the game anymore. You can just bypass it. Like you got to drive through Gary, which is worse,
Hey,
but
just don't take any of the exits. Just highway right through
just keep
there.
the windows rolled up so you don't have to smell it. You're good.
But yeah, and I appreciate that. The biggest thing that makes me mad about this is not that they're moving to Indiana, is that they're going to a dome. And that's one thing I appreciate about the Packers and the Bills is that these two teams will never move into a dome. That's part of their identity. And that's when I wanted the Bears to be a part of their identity is playing outside in the elements. Come December, January, you use that to your advantage. And now we're losing that, and it really frustrates me.
Yeah, and I loved
Um,
going to Soldier Field. Like growing up outside of Chicago, like it
yeah,
was fun. It was a fun stadium to go to.
yeah.
But I'll be intrigued to see
Um,
what happens over the next few weeks as we come into the start of the season. And I mean, I'm expecting some more drama.
Yeah, 100%. And I keep saying it to you. You disagree with me, but man, I wish football would start like next week.
No,
I'm
I need
so
summer.
ready.
I want to travel. I went out to Seaside, Oregon last week. The coast. I mean, I need some
Right.
time off. Like
Yeah,
absence makes the heart grow fonder. I need a break.
that's true.
Okay. We need to be in
Well,
a
this
long
is,
distance relationship for the summertime.
yeah.
Football and we've got a strong foundation. Okay. We'll come back together.
Hey, we got the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals going on right now. At least it's
Um,
something.
this is the wrong episode for that. We're gonna wrap it up because Alice wants to talk about the wrong sports, guys. Peace
Hey,
out.
go Knicks, first of all. But yeah, I mean that's what we got for this week. Thanks, Amanda, for taking the time to come on the show. And we'll get John Abraham back on soon. We're trying to line up some player interviews for the summer. So we'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, good shit. And we'll see, how often a team is the heavy favorites going into the season. Can they actually get to the Super Bowl? And so
I mean,
we'll see with the
one
Rams.
training camp injury can
Yeah.
completely upset an entire season.
Imagine if Ty Simpson gets forced into the starting lineup way sooner than people expect, how that would go down. So, but well, good shit, Amanda. Thanks for coming on. Always appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, and have a great week. And peace out.